Hi, Katie.
Go ahead and, hey, good to see you. Go ahead and find a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like and feels like to you. You can sit cross-legged, you can extend those legs, whatever's gonna just give you a place where you can just close your eyes and just take a few minutes to slow down that body, that mind, and that breath. Also too, if you have blankets, you wanna sit on those or any pillows or anything and such, feel free to use those. But just find a place where you can just take a second, slow down that body, that mind, and that breath. Just keep those eyes closed, sitting up nice and tall. Each vertebrae stacked one on top of the other. As you begin to slow down that body, that mind, and that breath, and slow down those thoughts. Take your focus to your breath. Just listen to that air as it moves in and out of that body. And if you can, trying to find an intention for your practice this morning, a reason for being here. Maybe it's just a little peace of mind, peace of body, relieve a little stress mentally or physically. Maybe it's just to have a little bit of fun, just enjoy yourself. Maybe you're not really sure what your intention is. If you're not sure, that's fine too. But just know that this time that you take for yourself is just important as everything else we do for others. The more time we take for ourselves just gives us more capacity to give and do for others. And next time you take a nice deep breath, lifting up through the top of the head as you inhale. As you exhale, lower that chin to your chest, and then gently rocking that head outside to side in a half neck circle with that chin passing through center, right ear, right shoulder, left ear, left shoulder. Just gently rock that head outside to side at your own pace. Always keeping that chin passing through center to keep that neck safe. And then we're going to take the right ear to the right shoulder. Press that left shoulder down the way. Just try and create as much space as you can. And if you'd like, you can take that left hand down. You can walk those fingers away, only if you want to get a little more stretch. And then just tilt that chin and take that gaze down towards that leg and towards that shoulder, that right shoulder. Just changing the angle and the stretch through that neck. And then bringing that chin back up, relaxing that shoulder, walking that hand in, and then just rock that head out a couple more times. Gently rock that head out, right, left, right. And when you're ready to bring that left ear over to the left shoulder, we'll come here and hold. And again, start by pressing that right shoulder down the way. Just create some space as best as you can from the side of the neck. And if you'd like, take the right hand down, walk the fingers away. And then from here, again, just turning that chin down towards that left shoulder and taking that gaze with you, taking that stretch a little further back through the neck. And then bringing that chin back up, walk that hand in, put that hand back, and then again, a couple more times, gently just rock that head out, right, left, right. And those half neck circles. And then when you're ready, that chin down towards your chest, stretching out the back of the neck. If you'd like, you can take the hands behind you and walk the fingers back. Walk the hands back to get a little more stretch. Try and push the shoulders back and down, or you can just keep the hands resting above the knees. If the hands have come somewhere else, bring those hands back in as you inhale, lifting that chin off the chest, opening up those eyes, take those hands down by your side, inhale up, and exhale and fold forward. So a seated forward fold, head, chest, and body, just coming as far forward as that body will allow. Bring yourself forward. Taking that stretch through that low back, maybe even those hips, as those hips open up out to the side. And then from here with a nice deep breath, inhale, nice tight core, head up, and then let's bring all that body up together. kitty cat. And then let's extend those legs out from underneath us and extend all the way through those legs. Flex those feet. Inhale up and exhale, and again fold forward. So another variation of a forward fold. Head, chest, and body coming towards those legs. Just let that body settle in over those legs. Let that hamstring stretch, that back stretch. And breathe. And then from here again, inhale, tightening up that belly, and then lift yourself up. And let's take that right knee, bend it, and just hug it in towards the chest. And then from here, just gonna keep a hold of that with that left arm. You're gonna inhale that right arm up, and we're gonna exhale, we're gonna twist back to the right. So take that hand down just behind you and behind that buttocks. Twist, look over that right shoulder. You can hug that left knee in, or just keep that hand there. Keep in mind as I cue you to inhale and exhale and breathe, if you're having a hard time following the breathing, just breathe. Your body will probably naturally go with what will help you. A lot of times inhaling helps prepare the belly and to protect the back. As you inhale to tuck that belly in. But again, your body will probably most naturally just breathe and help protect as needed. All right, let's go ahead and unwind ourselves. And then from here, we're just gonna go ahead and take that right leg into the arms. You can take those arms and then just kind of rock it out. That hip circles side to side. And then from here, we're gonna go ahead and drop that leg down. Just keep it bent on the inside of that other foot. We're gonna inhale those arms up, and again, exhale and fold forward. So folding over those legs again. Now with that right knee out, trying to get that right knee out. If you want to help push that knee out, open up through that hip a little bit. And hold here, keep breathing. And again, once again, nice deep breath in now. Tight core, head up, and let's bring ourselves all the way up together. And then from here, extend that right leg and bend that left knee. So just where we were before, bend that knee, pull it in. Right hand's gonna grab a hold, steady yourself, inhale up, exhale, twist, look over that left shoulder. Try and keep the hand behind you versus taking the hand back and taking a lean. And try and keep that body upright, nice and tall. Twisting and rotating through that spine. And just continue to breathe, a couple more breaths. Again, gently untwist, and then we're just going to pick up that leg, get into our arms, and again, take that knee side to side, circles, release for that hip. And then from here, I'm going to place that leg down again, just that foot on the inside of the leg. We're going to inhale the arms up and exhale, and again, fold forward. And again, too, if that left hip and knee needs a little stretch, you can gently push on the inside of it. And then from here again, inhale, head up, and bring ourselves all the way up. And then from here, slide the feet together, coming into a butterfly. And then you can either keep the hands on the ankles and the feet, or you can release the hands as we just fold forward. So just coming forward, hinging from the hips. Try to get those knees out, a little stretch through the inner thigh. And if you need more stretch, you can pull the heels in a little tighter. You can also get those knees out. If you need to, you can push on the inside of those thighs. And then from here, again, a nice deep breath, inhale, head up, and all that spine comes up together. And let's come up onto our hands and our knees for a couple cat-cows, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, fingers spread wide, and just resting on the top of the feet. Coming into cat, bring that chin in towards your chest. As you bring that chin in towards your chest, you want to go ahead and round that back, and you want to tuck that chin in. Take the shoulder blades, pull them apart, and then reverse that curl. Tailbone lifts up behind us, gaze moves slightly forward. And as you do that, you want to pull those shoulder blades together. But always remembering, don't forget what that belly is doing. You want to keep the belly pulled in nice and tight. And then round and reverse. Cat and cow. Inhale, exhale. or just breathe. But give that back stretch through the entire length of the spine from the bottom to the neck. And then one more time each way. And then we're going to make our way to a neutral spine, whatever a flat back would be for you. And scoot the hands a little further in front, curl your toes, lift your hips, and make your way into your downward facing dog. So now as we come into a down dog, which is an inverted V position, we're going to be pushing that body weight back into your heels as you lift your tailbone up and push back. Keep that head relaxed if you need to. Shake it out. Do some yeses and some nos. Also too, if you need to walk it out in your down dog, you can shift that weight one foot to the other. And then just settle in, just take a couple more breaths right here. And then we're going to look towards those hands, and we're just going to walk the feet to the hands to a standing forward fold. Head, chest, and body coming towards those legs, lengthening those hamstrings, drawing that body together best as you can. If you can't get the hands down, you can rest them on the shins or the legs. Let them just hang, whatever's going to work for you. But once you get here, try and take some length through those legs and try and draw it all together. And then let's inhale to a flat back. Take that gaze out over your feet. Take that back flat, hands can go to the shins, they can stay on the ground. Pull the crown of the head forward, push those hamstrings back. And then exhale, release back to that forward fold. Inhale, head up, chest up, arms out to the side, flat back. Up we come, all the way up, standing. And then coming up, bring ourselves around. And now as we come into a little bit of balance, if you need help with your balance and you need something to hold on to, all right, for some of my girls, if you want, you can do partner trees. You can hold on to each other, but let's say that if one of you is going down, both of you are. So let's start standing on that left leg. But if you wanted to, you could do a partner tree. You could hold arms here and each do the opposite leg. But do whatever works. Put that foot anywhere except for where that knee bends. Start with those hands together at our heart center, drawing that knee out and open. Standing up nice and tall. Chris and Amy would remember in Bodyworks, we used to do partner drills. And now with our current situation, I don't see anyone wanting to touch anyone else at the gym ever again. It's not for a while. All right, draw that knee out. Let's take those arms up. You can either keep the hands together or open up that tree. Or if you're being challenged with your balance, you can always take the hands, keep them at your heart center. If you don't have something to hold on to, you can keep a kickstand close. Do what works, or again, even something to gently just put a hand on can help. Just take a moment, breathe, lengthen and lift through that head. And then bring those hands back down to our heart center. And then as we release that right leg, we're going to cross that right leg over the left. So we're going to cross those feet, one over the other. We've got one foot a little bit in front, but make sure you've got a nice stable base because we're going to be folding forward. So let's inhale up, exhale, tip from the hip, and fold forward. So forward fold with that right leg crossed over the left. And stretch through that left IT band. First, just fold, just right to the center. And then go ahead and walk those hands a little bit over to the right. Again, trying to aim for a stretch to the outside of the left leg. Trying to keep those legs nice and long as you can. And then walk those hands back to center. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms out to the side, head up, chest leads, flat back. Up we go, all the way up to standing. And now we can uncross those legs, give it a shake, whatever we need to do, wiggle it out to get to tree on the other side. So again, just standing on that right leg. Again, the left foot anywhere except for that knee joint. So if you want to pull it up, you want to keep a kickstand. Those of you who are holding arms, you just switch sides with your on. Just stand up nice and tall, try and find some balance. If you're challenged again, find a place that works. If you need more challenge, you can always close your eyes. Closing your eyes always brings a different element. And a nice strong place. And then bring the arms up if you can. Open up the tree or keep the arms together, your choice. Lift and lengthen through that spine. Try and draw that left knee out. Open up through the hip. And then bringing those hands back down. Take another breath here. And then just release that leg. Again, crossing that left leg over that right. Make sure you get a good stable base as we fold forward. Inhale up and exhale and fold forward. So again, come to that forward fold. Try and get comfy. If you can't get the hands to the ground, you can always put the hands on the shins to help stabilize. You can bend the knees a little bit if you need to, but make sure you're not bending the knees and compromising the stretch that you're going to get. And then walk the hands over to the left. Just a little bit over to the left. Feel that stretch in the outside of the right leg. And then from here, walk ourselves back just to our normal forward fold. Inhale to that flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms up this side, head up, chest leads, flat, flat back, up, up, up. We come standing and bring it down. And then we can uncross and get the wiggles out, whatever you need to do. All right, as we make our way down to the ground, make sure you've got some room around you. And we're just gonna inhale up, exhale, fold forward, nice flat back. Come to that forward fold. Put those hands down, walk or jump into a plank. When we come into that plank, remember you can modify your plank by dropping to your knees if you need to. All right, if you can, come and hold your plank, hands underneath your shoulders. And spread those fingers wide. And then from here, we're gonna slowly chaturanga, lower down like you're doing a tricep push-up, lift up to your up dog, front of the body, tops of the thighs or the feet, curl your toes, lift your hips to your down dog. So coming back into our down dog, take a couple breaths right here. Looking back at those feet, getting comfortable, take a few breaths. And then from here, lift that right leg up behind you, nice and high. And your down dog splits. We're gonna bend that knee. We're gonna swing it forward in between your hands. And then while we're here, we're gonna keep the left hand down, take the right arm up, and just give it a twist. So holding that high lunge, lengthening through the front of that left foot, take that right arm, reach long. And then bringing that hand down, we're going to lower down onto your knee, release that toe, bring ourselves up into a low lunge. If you need any knee cushion, you can grab a blanket. You can also, instead, if you don't want to go to a low lunge, you could always be up, raise off the knee on a high lunge. If you can, just take a second here. And then we're going to bring the hands forward on the inside of that foot. And we're going to walk down onto the forearms. Or if you can, get a little bit of a stretch on the inside of that right leg. Keep that foot flat because you also have the option here if you want to lift that knee up off the ground and extend. So if you can, get to the forearms, and if you can, and you want, you can extend that back leg, that left leg, and get a stretch to that hip too. Up to you. If you want to stay on that knee, feel free. Entirely up to you. One more breath. And then from here, go ahead and release and take both hands on either side of that foot. Now lift ourselves up to that high lunge for a moment. Lift ourselves up, lift that body, lift the arms. And then dropping onto the inside of the back foot, opening up the hips, opening up the arms, bend into that front knee into warrior two. So here, right toe is going forward and the left toe is coming to the front. All right, you're squeezing the shoulder blades together, bending into that knee. And looking for those little toes, make sure you can still see them. That knee placement, you can always have that knee behind that ankle, but you don't want the legs, or if they're closer, you just don't bend as much. But if you bend and shove that knee out over that ankle, you could end up hurting your knees over time. So try and just find a place that works for you. And again, if the legs aren't as far apart, you just don't bend the knees as much. Back leg is long, front knee's bent. Reaching long, squeeze the shoulder blades together. One more breath. And then let's just cartwheel those hands down inside that right leg. Send that right leg back behind you to your down dog splits and go forward to a three-legged plank. So So come here, get strong, hold, hold, hold. If you need to, drop to that knee, just one more breath. And then from here, slowly, chaturanga, release your up dog. And when you're ready, back to that down dog. Remember, down dog is considered a resting posture. If it's not so restful, child's pose can be done on your knees, sitting back with the arms extended. But if you're okay in down dog, stay there, hold here. Take a couple more breaths. Hi girls, thanks for joining us. All right, so when you're ready, lift that left leg up behind you. Nice and high, down dog splits. Bend the knee, underneath, through to the nose, through plank, in between the hands. While we're here, right hand stays down, left arm comes up, and twist. And then, again, release. Come down onto that knee, uncurl that toe to our low lunge. Bring the arms up. Same thing here with that knee versus that ankle placement. Again, always fine because that angle is bigger and not stretching. But what you don't want to do is be forcing that knee out over that ankle and over stretching. And then from here, let's bring those hands down. And again, walking down onto the forearms if you can get there. So if you can't, that's fine. But if you can't get there and you want more of a stretch, you can lift that right leg. You'll feel a stretch through the front of the right hip. It's entirely up to you. Or you can just keep yourself down. For the hip stretching. Breathe. And then from here, nice deep breath, inhale. Walk ourselves up, hands on either side of that leg. Bring ourselves up to a high lunge, up to the ball of the foot. Peel that body off, come up, bend into those knees. Just take a couple breaths in your high lunge, shoulders up, over those hips. One more breath. And then to warrior two, drop onto the inside of the back foot, open up the hips, open up through the arms, and bend into that front knee. So just stay here, hold for a few breaths. Just get to a nice strong place. And again, left toe forward, right toe also forward to the front. But as you have that back leg is straight and long, try not to lock that knee. And also if you feel pressure in that back knee, you can pick up that right heel and aim it down just a little bit towards the left corner of your mat. A couple more breaths. Inhale, exhale. And then cartwheeling those hands down and then sending that left leg back behind you to your down dog splits. Angle forward to that one-legged plank. Hold here for a breath. And then from here, slowly chaturanga, release that leg to your up dog. And then curl your toes to your down dog. So coming back into that down dog, pushing that body weight back into those heels. Take a moment and rest. And then look to the hands, walk or jump the feet up to the hands to a standing forward fold. Go into that forward fold. And then inhale to a flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms up to the side, head up, flat back, chest leads, up, up, up. All the way up. Standing and bringing the hands around down to our heart center and let those feet about hip distance apart. Inhale the arms up and exhale and sit back into chair. So sit, bend into those knees, hips drop back, chest stays lifted, arms stay lifted, sitting back into chair, body weight back on your heels. Try and sit a little lower if you can. One more breath. And then release to a forward fold. And also too, if it feels good, you can walk it out and do a forward fold. See what works. And then from here, hands down, walk or jump into your plank. Pull that belly in. And right here, just hold for a couple breaths. And then from here, slowly, let's chaturanga, lower down to your up dog. And then when you're ready, to your down dog. as we make our way into our pigeon, you can go into pigeon on your back if you need to, a reclining pigeon. I'll get you there in a minute. But first, we'll get everybody else into our pigeon. Lift that right leg up behind you, nice and high. And then from here, we're gonna bend that knee, aim that right knee to the right wrist, and the right foot towards the left wrist. As we come here into this bent position, we're keeping in mind the most important thing in our pigeons, even if that foot is tucked under and you've got a lot of space between you and the ground, is that you're not rolling off to one side. You're keeping those hips squared. Hips are headlights and they're both pointed in the same direction. Get comfortable, find a place. All right, so find your pigeon. If you can, pick up that back heel. Same hand reaches back, grabs that ankle if you can. If not, no big deal. You can just bend it. And then release, hold your pigeon for just a moment, stay here. I promised another version. If you are really having a hard time, this is too difficult, you can come to a reclining pigeon. You can do a figure 4, do your pigeon here or here. So if you need that, just lay back, get comfy, do it there. But if we're here, go ahead and walk ourselves down. Go ahead and rest that forehead. And just breathe. Take a couple breaths right here. Coming down, settle in. Feeling a lot of stretching going on in that right leg. And if you're not feeling a lot of stretching, you are really flexible. An ideal pigeon is with that knee at a 45-degree angle. Some of us might be less than 45. If you can get enough, 45, great. I'm not sure about your angles. Ask your kids, they'll help you revisit them. I'm sure most of us, our kids are much smarter than we are these days. I'm much smarter than I ever was. And I love it when the kids laugh at me and they say, "You were a chemist, Mom." I don't believe it. Sure was. Got through all that chemistry in college. All right, one more nice deep breath. And a nice inhale. Let's go ahead and walk the hands back, walk ourselves back up, and then gently we're gonna curl that back toe. We're gonna send that right leg back behind us. We're gonna bend the knee and let the heel drop over to the left. So try to open up that hip the other way just for a moment, for a stretch, and then release. Bring it back down, back into your down dog, forward to a plank. Through plank, slowly, chaturanga, lift to your up dog, and then when you're ready, your down dog. Take a couple breaths, regroup, realign, and then when you're ready, lift that left leg behind you, nice and high. Again, bend the knee, left wrist, right foot towards the right wrist, or left foot, sorry, towards the right wrist. Find your pigeon, get yourself comfy. Hold here, if you need to go onto your back, you've got that figure 4 option. If you can here, just keep that chest lifted high for a few breaths. And again, if you can here, bend that right knee, same hand, grabs back, grabs that ankle. I put my what to do today. Yeah, 6 miles through Peters Canyon this morning. It's not happy, but if you can, grab it. If you can't, it's okay. I can't either. Hold here, one more breath. Yeah, grab that ankle. Just slowly release it. Make sure you don't let it fling back. Come back, settle back into your down dog. Or sorry, your down dog, your pigeon. And then when you can, walk the arms out and rest the forehead down. And settle in. Take a few breaths right here. Relax, release. We're feeling a bunch of stretching going on in that left leg, hip, backside, front side, underside, outside. Lots of places you might be feeling that. And then from here, lift the the head up, walk the hands back, hands go back underneath those shoulders, curl that back toe, lift your hips, lift that leg, bend that knee, let it drop over to the right, stretch it the other way, and then place that foot down, angle forward, again to your plank, through that plank, slowly, chaturanga, lift up to your up dog, the front of the abs, the thighs, either are on the floor or on the toes, curl your toes, lift your hips, one more time back into our down dog. Coming here, take a couple breaths. And now we're going to come to our knees about hip distance apart. Or if you want to go a little wider, feet together, sit back to child's pose. Arms extended, sit back, reach the arms long. Take a nice big stretch to that upper body. Also through that lower body as we sit back. We're going to lift that head up, and then we're going to lower ourselves all the way down to the ground. We're going to give that upper body a few stretches. So we're going to slowly lower ourselves down and stretch our biceps. We're going to take our arms by our side with our pinkies at our thighs, but then we're going to pick up one hip. We're going to put that hand underneath, and then pick up the other hip and put the hand underneath. So the hands, the palms are down on the ground, you're picking up the hips, and you're walking those hands in as close as you can together. If you've got really good shoulder and arm flexibility, you might be able to get those pinkies to touch underneath the body. If not, you might just be happy with getting a little bit of the hands on the body. Turn the head to the side, just take a rest. Real quick, just stretching again those biceps. And then pick up one hip, pick up the other, and then let's stretch those shoulders. So we're going to take the arms out to the side at a T, and then from here, we're going to take the right hand in, and we're going to keep the left arm out. We're just going to roll onto the left side. And as we do, we're going to use the right foot as a kickstand. So that left arm is long, so that my other arm is extended, and we're feeling that stretch. Again, in the bicep, the shoulder of the left arm. Use the foot to help stop you. Roll to where you feel a good stretch. One more breath. And then back to your belly. Extend the right arm. And again, take the left arm in. Roll, roll. Use the left foot, kickstand, and come and hold. And breath. And then we're going to roll back onto our belly. Take those hands underneath the shoulders and lift up into our cobra. So from here, we're using the low back muscles to lift ourselves up, lift that chest. Using that low back, pressing the tops of the feet and thighs into the ground. One more breath. And release, and then push back, sit back into your child's pose. Feet together, knees apart, move back and settle in. And then from here, hands back inside your head, very slowly. Let's lift ourselves up. And then from here, just go ahead and cross those feet, sit back, and bring those legs out in front of us. And then next up, we're going to be picking ourselves onto the ground. So we're going to slowly lower ourselves down, 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 down. And then bring the hands down by the side. We're going to be doing a reclining half lotus. So I want you to bend the right knee like we'd be just crossing our legs. So right leg's bent. And then we're going to take the left foot and the left leg up. And you're going to bring that left foot towards the right hip. So you're trying to pull it up as best as you can. And then you're going to let that left knee relax down. So again, this is a reclining half lotus. If that's uncomfortable, you can let the foot slide down the leg. But if you were seated, if you had good flexibility, this is how you'd be in a half lotus. Again, the right leg should just cross. If this is terribly uncomfortable, you can just cross the legs like you're crossing crisscross applesauce. Yeah, but do what you can. If those hips are feeling a little more open after a pigeon, etc. Just a couple more breaths. And As you come out of this, you're gonna let that foot slide down a little bit on the thigh, lift that knee, bring that leg up, and then we're just gonna switch. So left leg underneath, right foot again, just grab the foot, pull it up towards the left hip. When it gets there, let the right knee drop down, open up. Also too, if this is extremely uncomfortable, you could always extend that left leg and just cross over. You could let that leg rest down. Just modify however you need to. See what works. Full breath. And then you get out of this again, just let that foot slide down a little bit. Go ahead and lift that knee and release that leg. Let's take that leg long. Take the arms out overhead, reach, point, and stretch. And then from here, flex that right foot, bring that right knee in towards your chest, grab a hold loosely below the knee on the shin, and just hug that knee in. So bring it in, give it a nice big hug. My hamstring is really irritated. So hug it in as best as you can if you want to give it a big hug or just a loose hug. And then go ahead and release. And then again, left foot, flex it, grab below the knee. Try not to grab those knees and push on those knees too much. Let's gently on the knees, hug it in, little stretch. And then from here, both legs come in, nice loose hold below the knees on the shins, or if you want to put the hands on the knees and just be a little driver, not pushing too hard, just go ahead and circle those knees one direction, circle, and then circle the other way. So just little loose circles, and then if you'd like, rock it out side to side. And then next up is we make our way into our final posture for Shavasana. Traditional posture is corpse pose with the legs extended, arms extended, and the legs are just relaxed. So corpse pose or however you are comfortable. If you're not comfortable lying on your back, if it hurts your low back, you can take a blanket or a pillow, put it underneath the knees. You can also prop the head up. You can also cover those eyes. But just try and find a place where you can just close your eyes and take a few minutes. Bring that body and that mind back to that stillness where we began our practice. And just bring ourselves to a nice quiet place, keeping the eyes closed and continue to breathe. Slowly bringing some awareness back into that body and that mind. You can move around those fingers, those toes, hands, feet, arms, legs, or even that head can go side to side. And whenever you're ready, rolling over onto the side of your choice, remaining here for a moment, letting a little blood flow come back to that heart and that head. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. Again, that quote is, every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. And that's a quote from Harriet Tubman. And when you're ready, use your outside arm, push yourself back up to a seated place where we began our practice, hopefully feeling a little bit more relaxed, or whatever it was your intention was for your practice. You came and were able to achieve some of that. And I will not be here next Friday because I'm leaving to take my son to college on Thursday, but I'll send you a reminder and also the link to the yoga online. So if you want to do old YouTube videos, you can. And then we'll be back here in 2 weeks then. And I will be here this Wednesday for Pilates. Have a great day, guys. Namaste. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you, Katie.
Oh, you're welcome.